Hello, hello, one and all. We are here. We are back. Well, I guess not really back because we've never played this game before, but I am back once again for a bonus Rare Wednesday night stream. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and we are here, yes, with the latest upcoming major turn-based strategy RPG to not be quite released yet, but very soon be released. It's Brigandine Abyss. I had the pleasure of playing this at PAX East. I showed you guys some of the footage and gave you my thoughts based off of the very brief combat demo that I was able to play there. And from my understanding, while this is not a particularly lengthy demo either, it should be quite a bit meatier than the one that I played at PAX, so this should be a good introduction to the game for all of us. A couple of caveats. First of all, you may have noticed the sound was cutting in and out. We're going to be doing a little bit of messing with options right off the cuff, as I did not have time to do so earlier today. But I need to see if I can get things set so that it doesn't, like, mute randomly, you know, stay focused, gain, or keep sound focus if any other Windows stuff is going on. And then, as always, I do want to remind people who may not be aware, I have not played a Brigandine game before. That is an unfortunate gap in my knowledge of turn-based strategy and tactics titles. So if there's certain common knowledge things that people would expect me to be operating on as we play, don't have that for you. This is going to be a learning experience, both in terms of this title and the franchise as a whole. However, I hope that you all are very much looking forward to it. I'm excited to see so many fine folks here already. I will absolutely be doing a full breakdown of this, probably in a video tomorrow based on our experience tonight. As such, I'll be taking some notes here and there on my phone. So we won't be moving at a particular breakneck pace, but we will be making our way through it nonetheless. Alright. Looks like everything should be good here. Twitch chat is up. Hello, Twitch chat. Good to see you. Hello, Legman in chat. Hello to you as well, Oniba1. So hyped for a new Brigandine game. Yeah, I'm very excited to have the chance to finally really sink my teeth into this one. Really missing out not having played them. I know. I do have Legends of Runesaria, the second one, on Steam. I just haven't had the chance to play it yet, but I fully intend to. If I can, I want to try and squeeze both of them in, even in my own time before Abyss drops, but we'll see. Hello, Vertigo. Very different from the usual tactics games. Yeah, I got that impression based off the PAX East demo, so I'm curious to see how it feels now that we're going to have a slightly more full-fledged version and really start to expand my horizons. But, here we go. All right. Boom. So, here's our main menu. Again, I need to just try and tweak a couple of options really quick here. You probably heard me doing that in the background before as well. We are in borderless mode. Annoying that it doesn't give us the ability to set sound focus, but what can you do? Everything should be on highest graphics here. This game should not be that taxing even for my older PC. All right. I think we're largely good to go, actually. Not familiar with the series either. Yeah, it's on a little bit more of the niche side, I would say, from the tactics genre, but well known enough that they're revisiting it, so that's something. Demo live on console or PC only. Do you have a key? This demo should be live everywhere, as far as I know, MN. I haven't double-checked console, but this is a public release. So if it's out on Steam, it should be out on everything else as well, I would hope. Just finally got into Tactics Ogre Reborn. So good and have been appreciating your videos about it. Yeah! Hell yeah. That's what we like to hear. A little bit more on the... Or you're a little bit more on the niche side? I mean, you're not wrong. Honestly, you know, you're not wrong. We have a niche genre that we cover here, and I'm fortunate to be able to count myself among one of the people who gets to cover it. Alright, so, as far as I know, all we can do is launch into story mode, and of the 6 playable campaigns, we were able to play the first 3 battles of 2 of them. I have a feeling I know which ones it's going to be, but we shall see. I'm not sure exactly how long the demo is. Maybe we'll only do 1 campaign tonight, maybe we'll do 2. We're going to have to just kind of wing it. This is niche even for tactical RPG standards. True. Alright, yep, I figured. So, yeah, it's Grand Dragnica and the Scarlet Will are the 2 playable campaigns. I figured that'd be the case. Grand Dragnica, obviously, as you can see here, is our very much blue-themed faction. They, as you might expect from the Dragon Howl Greatlands and being called Grand Dragnica, and their icon being a dragon, and there being a dragon amongst the array of characters, they have a little bit of a focus on dragons here. They're super cool, though. Our boy Largo here, I believe it is, if I remember correctly, the main character with the blue hair, he's more of like a beast tamer than an outright warrior. He actually uses the powers of the dragons to pretty good effect. So he's pretty cool to play as. And then the Scarlet Dawnbringers, the Scarlet Will. This is your more traditional JRPG Resistance faction with our definitely not Cordelia XP. They seem really cool. I didn't get the chance to play with them too much in the demo because I very quickly got a bunch of their units wrecked before I knew what I was doing. So I'm not as familiar with them. I think for now, we're going to just start off with Largo and his boys / gals and see where it takes us. Can't find the demo on PS5. Big sad. Really? Hold on. Let me look really quick. Maybe it is just on PC. I'd be shocked if that was the case, though. Oh, it is just out for PC right now. Oh, shit. The PS5, Xbox, Switch 2 demo will be out at a later date. Okay. My apologies. My apologies. I really didn't expect that, actually. That's kind of weird. Dragon fuckers and communism, yeah. The yellow guy looks like, what is it? I think Hubert from Suikoden. Because all the art here is done by the artist who does all the Suikoden art. So, very, very good stuff. Alright. Here we go! You know we're playing on hard, absolutely. Difficulty level does not affect the story, and difficulty cannot be changed mid-game. Alright, here we go! Right as my AC shuts off, very dramatic. Oh, it's only in Japanese. Okay.
当時の偉大なる魔術師ルナディアにより生み出された魔術の鎧の力により大陸支配を目論むアビスローア帝国の野望を見事打ち砕くに至ったのである。それから200年。現在
Well, August is the release date, claims Jagger, for like the whole game. This is just the demo, though, so I don't know when that's going to be out for consoles. Okay.
さあ、ご説明願いましょう。ソルジュナート、治安悪化、見慣れぬ魔物の目撃証言、そして何よりこのまがまがしき気配の理由たるを。
Bro can't talk.
なぜ一言も。
失礼。王に代わり、この我がお答えしよう。
Definitely not worm tongue.
我が名はソルジュナート宰相、形容するさ。そして。
Oh. Well, damn. All right. Wasn't expecting the immediate king murder. Regicide is on the board, my friends.
このソルジュナート、いいな。神聖アビスローア帝国を治めし、新皇帝なり、者ども、拝聴せよ。今ここにアビスローは復活を宣言する。
Well, all right.
頑張れよ、ラルガー。大陸会議とやら気張っていけよな。
Man in evil armor, yeah.
せいぜいヘマしないよう気をつけなさいよね。
ああ、任せとけ。じゃあ、留守番よろしくな。
There's an extreme tone shift right off the bat.
気楽な旅路だったのによ。
Oh God! Run, Largo, run!
一体何が起こってやがる。
ラルゴ、見て、
Oh,
あれ。
the dragons talk. Very good.
あいつはまさか。ノアール。
We are moving at a breakneck pace right now. Holy shit.
ドラグニカ一のドラゴン
Largo
テイ
sets
マ
out to join a
ーと
continental
して
summit representing Dragon
地
as
域
its
を
top
代
dragon
表して
tamer.
この場へとやってきていたラルゴ。せいぜいが軽い外交程度
It
の
was
つ
supposed to be
も
a
りであ
routine
っ
journey. He
た。
comes upon a shocking
彼
sight.
の目に飛び込んできたのはあやなく打ち倒されるソロジュナークの兵士た
Mind-controlled
ちと
dragons, mercilessly
洗
slaughtering
脳され
Solganat soldiers.
見境なく暴れ回るドラゴンたち、そして幼なじみローリーの下で暮らしているはずの
Yeah, 0 to 100 real fast, yes.
ノワールによく似た異形の竜であった。
Never understood killing a king to take the throne when they have a princess you could marry. But you see, if you kill the king and take the throne, you get the throne now, not an indeterminate amount of time later after the king is dead, right? Oh yeah, Moonlight's just a merry jokester, no worries.
あの子は本当にノワールなの？おいら、行って確かめてくれ。
バカやめろ。危ねえから行くんじゃねえ。あれきっとよく似た別の竜だ。
It can't be Noir, it just looks like her.
でも
いいから俺を信じろバイス。ドラグニカに帰ればきっと本物のノワールにも会える。
Kill the princess and marry the king. This is true. You do have that possibility.
そうだよね。うん、わかった。行こう、ラルゴ。
All right. Win-loss conditions. Reach a designated area with Largo / defeat all enemy units. Loss condition, Largo is defeated. Shocker. Oh, God. That sound effect was very loud. Holy crap. The win and loss conditions for each battle will be displayed at the start. Fulfill the win conditions to achieve victory. Battles progress in turns. Did it say save failed? Huh. Battles progress in turns, yada yada yada. Turn ends and the enemies begins and either all of your units move or you select on turn on the map menu. Yes, yes, okay. Why does it keep saying save failed? We're just in the tutorial. Selecting a unit will open the unit menu. For your own units, you can select commands such as move or skills. Troop leaders will have the additional option to rally or dismiss. Selecting wait will end that unit's action. For enemy units, the menu will display status info. Select a tile with no unit on it to open the map menu. Selecting enter menu manufacturer turn. Yes, okay, classic. Apparently, the save has failed. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure why the save is failing, but we will continue. Now, that said... Yeah, it must be a bug. Let us go in here and just turn down the sound effects, and maybe the voices slightly, so we hopefully don't get deafened again. Yeah, it must be a bug, because we can save settings, no problem. Single sitting full playthrough speedrun. Fortunately, it's just a demo. If it was the full game, oh boy howdy. NES game doesn't support saves, yeah. Alright, so we've got a fighter and a unicorn. Unicorns I found were very, very useful. Obviously, as an enemy, it doesn't matter, but unicorns are quite good as healers and range damage dealers. Health unit retreats or dies if it reaches 0, yada yada. Points to use certain skills, MP. Total command of troop monsters cannot exceed leader command. So that's the whole thing is, yeah, you have like whole squads of monsters for your individual playable characters, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, you got all your normal stats. Okay, cool. Certain leader and monster units have traits. Trait effects activate automatically. You can check the effects of units' traits on their status screen. Cool. So, for example, unicorns restore 5% of HP to all adjacent allies at the start of a turn. Very nice. The fighter, on the other hand, has no inherent trait. Just a couple of melee range skills. And a profile. Novice class for fighter-type leaders. Solid choice for youths who aspire to be soldiers or adventurers. Those who value defense become knights, while those who value offense become samurai. And then, actually, do we see a promotion path for the unicorn? Does not look like it. Minor unicorn-type monster. Okay. Cool. Alright, so we have a bunch of dragons and wolves and other fun things. We have Largo here. He can rally, which allows him to use the abilities of monsters. Leaders can rally a monster unit in their troop. Rallying a monster will cause the rally trait to activate. Different types of monsters have different rally traits. You return a rallied monster to the map by dismissing it to a tile of your choice, but you must select a tile the monster is able to move to. Monsters who've just been dismissed can still use their skills that turn, which is very nice. You cannot rally then dismiss in the same turn. However, it is possible to dismiss and then rally in the same turn. So basically, we can be like, yo, this dragon, grab him. So now we have that dragon's abilities, including like things like flight, which is really cool. A minor unicorn-type monster implies the existence of a major unicorn-type monster. A unicorn overlord, if you may. Oh, man's onto something. If you input the Konami code, you get infinite lives. True! Alright. So, we have all of our different skills. Close range attacks, long range attacks, magical attacks, healing, buff, debuff, yada yada yada. This stuff I'm familiar with from the demo. Skills with a foot icon can be used even after the unit moves. Skills without them cannot be used after moving. This is going to be one of the most important things to keep in mind. Think of this as, like, if you're familiar with Advance Wars, your indirect fire units can't fire after you move. Same thing with this. Or if you're familiar with Super Robot Wars, some attacks can be used post-movement and some cannot. Same thing here. So you have to be very careful about where you're positioning to make sure that you can use certain types of attacks. Generally, at least in my experience, the more powerful the attack, the more likely it is that it's one you cannot use after moving. Alright. Skill element, area, skill will effect, number of that influences likelihood of a skill will hit, yada 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 yada. Okay. Alright, so we've got Battle Strike, Valiant Strike, and Dragon Rage, which has an interesting impact area, but can be quite powerful, and it hits everything in that line. So we do want to try and get lined up for that. Use movement to use 1 point per... or one... my brain. We can move 1 tile per point of their move stat. Yep, easy. Unit movement is affected by changes in terrain height, cannot climb tiles 5+ or higher relative to their current tile, and they cannot descend to tiles -9 or lower relative to their current tile. We have different terrain types, they'll give you different effects, cost more move, very Fire Emblem. Terrain type of the tile is a unit is on, can also affect stats such as evasion, physical defense, or magic resistance, yada yada yada. Cool. There's ground, aquatic, and flying movement types. So, if we go here, we can chill, and then if this guy doesn't move, we can hit him with our big skill. If he moves into us, then we should still be able to hit him with our big skill. Then the dragons. Oh, Weiss can also rally. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that, actually. Okay. I don't know that we necessarily need to do that at the moment. We could probably just form a defensive line here. Yeah, we don't have anything that we can use at the moment. Oh, yeah, what trait does the dragon have? Let's see. Increases movement by 1. Nice, okay. That's why Largo was able to move so far, because we gave him one of these dragons. Yeah, I've had a lot of discussion in my comments and stuff from people who either are very pleased or very displeased with the art style of this game. Obviously, it's hard for me to speak on it since I've not played the originals. God, we might still have to bring down the sound effects a little bit. But I am a fan of Suikoden's art style, so I'm a very big fan of the character profiles, if nothing else. Alright, leveling up skills. Using a skill will increase its skill gauge. When the gauge is full, the skill will level up. Increasing a skill's level improves stats such as its power or accuracy. Maximum skill level is 3 stars. So that's really cool. You can actually focus on certain types of skills that you want to be more or less proficient with or experienced with. Unit death and retreating. Units whose HP reach 0 will either die or retreat from battle. Mercenary and monster units will die and be removed from your forces for future seasons. Non-mercenary leader units will retreat from the battle but remain in your forces and can be deployed again in future seasons. So that's a big thing. This is a permadeath game for your recruited monsters. Not for everything, but still. If a troop's leader dies or retreats, any surviving monsters in their troop will also retreat. However, any monster the troop leader had rallied when their HP reached 0 will die. So it's important to keep an eye on the HP of leaders with rallied monsters. Yeah, so you can't just like be using a monster to get some sort of powerful effect and then lose that character. Just be like, ah, no, the monster's fine though. It's all good. Like, no. Ow. Alright, yep, light efficient against dark. Who would have thought? Oh, hello. Dull Agnica. Okay. I do like these dragons have to destroy this wall so that they can get through it. They can't just fly over it. Maybe the logic is that they have to bust down the wall for the ground troops coming behind them. We'll go with that.
こいつらの様子がおかしいのはやっぱおそらくあの新皇帝とやらのせいなんだろうな。
That Nova whatever guy.
多分オイラの声も全然届かないや。
師匠、どういう理屈か知らねえが、こいつらをいい
Don't know
よ
why
う
this
に
is
扱
happening.
い
I
や
hate
がって
seeing them controlled like this. Yeah, shocker. Zone of control. Yeah, I love a game with a good zone of control. So, apparently we just can't save. Interesting. The one tile radius around a unit is called its zone of control. Enemy movement within zone of controls is restricted, so placing units strategically can help protect weaker or wounded units. Correct. When a unit is surrounded by either enemy units or enemy zones of control, which gives you a bit more flexibility, the encirclement effect activates. Damage, accuracy, and critical rate are increased when attacking encircled enemies. I really do like that. Especially because it's not just physically flanking them, but the zone of control can affect it as well. Very cool. Alright, so we got dragons coming up behind us. Obstacles, yes, they can be destroyed. They grant buffs or inflict debuffs. Some will even attack units. Very good. So, who do we have here? Tathris, the Thaumaturge. So yeah, they're busting down the gate so he can get through. He's immune to stun, charm, and silence. Oh, and the oh boy. Lad's got some magic. Both healing and offense. Got it. History comes alive. Revives a leader defeated during the current battle and places them near oneself. Nice, okay. So a dozen times you should do a Let's Play of the other games. I know. I just haven't had the time. I think the autosave is bugged. It must be, yeah. We'll see if it lets me save after this mission. If not, I don't know. But, yeah. Alright, we, do we try to leave or do we try to fight? Noir is a Draco puppet. I mean, the game clearly wants us to leave because, like, the exfil is right here, so we may as well just go for it. Battle projections. Yep, I played Fire Emblem. Okay, indicate factors such as elemental advantage or encirclement or influencing things. That is nice. That is nice. Units can counter when attacked if the enemy is within range of their counter skill. Magic and area attacks cannot be countered. If an attack that forcibly moves a unit results in the attacker being outside the unit's counter range, a counter will not occur, of course. Alright, let's pop this, see how it goes. Alright, a little bit of damage, nothing too crazy, but not too terrible either. We need to get our encirclement going here. Hey, Divine, how you doing? Good to see you. We are currently checking out the demo for Brigandine Abyss, which just dropped a couple of days ago. Played it at PAX East. It was a good time, and I'm excited to be able to play a little bit more of it now. Alright, so now we try and get our wolf a little bit out of the way. We can finish this fighter off. Game solid thus far. We're only a few minutes in. Some performance issues. Hey, big level up. Very nice. Just like a little bit... Oh, we can move him still. Nice. A little bit of stutteriness here and there. Some of the sound effects are a little loud. The autosave seems to be bugged, which is a little unfortunate. Oh, the unicorn's gone because that was the squad leader. Cool. Alright, we can just move them. But, overall, it feels good to play thus far. Oh, I thought of myself as a leg man, too. Yeah, you know how it is. The name that can be taken multiple different ways. Is it on all the relevant platforms? The game will be. The demo is currently only on Steam, surprisingly. Apparently, there will be a console demo. Yep, there's our weird failed save. There will be a console demo, but not yet. For some reason. Yeah, still doesn't let me save. Interesting. Alright, well. Just move the team forward. We do have L and R unit jumping. Very good. Alright, the turn change sound is getting quite a bit more bearable now, as we keep bumping the sound levels down. Alright, we're out of here. Beautiful. There's almost like a little bit of a Yu-Gi-Oh vibe to some of the dragon art. So this is the so-called Draco puppet. Horribly effective. That much is true. Yet still so far from the true dragons. Uh-huh. That's interesting, because they were implying that this is someone's dragon, but just is being mind-controlled. So either it's dead and resurrected, or the dragons, quote-unquote, that we use aren't even real dragons. Interesting. That loathsome Dr. Puji. What is he doing with my beloved Nomen dolls? Interesting. You know, this game will have only Japanese voice. It should be in Japanese and English, if I recall correctly. I believe the initial trailers that we saw at the Nintendo Switch... no, it was at a Direct. Initially, were in English. So, it should be in both. I guess the demo is just in Japanese only. Hey, we got a level finishing the map. Or everyone got levels. Cool. Alright. That's nice. Okay, nice. So you get bonus XP at the end of the map to try and help lagging units catch up. Nice. Mad dragons run amok at Stardust Scale Shell in Dragnica. Oh boy. And now, from what I understand, this is the first game in the franchise to really have an actual story campaign. It's always been more like... not quite civilizations, like skirmish style, like war, city, nation management type stuff, but like kind of like that, where the story is more just like how things shake down over the course of whatever like skirmish campaign you start. So this part of why this is interesting, since it is actually a full-fledged campaign, or really 6 smaller campaigns in one. Well, that's not a good sign. Responding to the chaos caused by dragons across the continent, the Arcus Air Caravan takes flight.
兄様、洗脳竜たちによる各地の被害状況ですが、到底感化していいようなものでもなさそうです。
ラルゴー君たち、ドラグニカの人を責める声もたくさん聞こえてくるわ。
Here, a lot of folks blame Largo and the rest of Dragnica for the attacks. I can't possibly imagine why, since, you know, they're the dragon tamers.
新帝国に竜を売り渡した裏切り者たちって。
どのみち、竜の販路に携わってた俺たちも無関係じゃない。行くぞ、ディミテ。ラルゴーの元へ飛べ。
Part of the dragon trade. Interesting.
ええ、準備はできています、兄様。兄様の聖堂を世の者どもに知らしめてやりましょう。
お友達のために頑張る。それでこそアルキス君ね。
Decently strong story in the last game, but it wasn't really like a full-on story mode. Right, that's what I've heard, is it's like, it's a more kind of background to the normal gameplay. Like, it's there if you know where to look for it. That's what I've been told. Again, I have not played it for myself, so it's hard for me to say specifically, but...
ようやく戻ってこれたぜ、ドラグニカ。で、どうするバイス。ひとまず俺らの総合艇に。
Ah, if my Japanese is current, the two girls are sisters. Ah, okay, gotcha, gotcha.
いや、それよりローリーのお家、星屑の鱗亭に行こうよ。
They have shells. Is that like homes then, I'm assuming?
あそこで見かけたのが本当にノワールとは別の子だったのかどうか確かめなきゃ。
ああ、そうだな。もしあれが本当にノワールだったってんなら、
Yeah.
最悪あいつも。
You might have to kill him.
急ぐぞバイス。
Okay, in story mode, you'll advance the story of the faction you've chosen while fighting in event battles that trigger during certain seasons. Victory in an event battle will progress the story, but defeat will result in a game over, so be sure to prepare well during the seasons between event battles. To start an event battle, go to a base's menu and select the top option, Event Battle. Then choose the troops you wish to deploy in the battle. Troops from any of your bases can participate in event battles. Choose how to deploy your troops while analyzing the battlefield. You can deploy 1 to 3 troops. Troops led by characters relevant to the event battle's plot will be selected initially by default. Okay, so you can only get 3 full squads or troops, each of which it looks like can have up to 5. Okay, so you'll have at max 18 units on the field because you'll have the squad leader as well. Okay, that's a pretty healthy amount. Absolutely. Like a tactical RPG where you control huge armies. Yeah, there hasn't been too much like that yet. Like, I'm looking forward to Warhammer 40k Total War. But that's obviously not a tactics RPG, you know, it's a strategy game. But something like that that's a tactics RPG would be pretty dope. Aiden Chronicles starts to get there with some of the army battles, but that's not the main focus either, you know? Alright, so... ready troops and send them to battle. Well, we can see, actually, the whole world map here, which is pretty dope. Huh, okay. So... each city, it looks like, has its own... well, not all of them. Yeah, because, like, here's Abysloa. So they've got 3 cities in the center. As Dragnica, we only have the 1. And it looks like all the others only have 1 as well. Yeah, okay, cool. Must have been hyped by the announcement of Chaos Gate Death Watch. I'm definitely curious. I was a bit disappointed in the first new Chaos Gate with the Grey Knights, but I'm hoping that they refined the new one a lot. Plus, I feel like the Death Watch just suits that style of game a bit more than the Grey Knights, but we'll see. Alright. So we can do event battles in either of these, I'm assuming? Grand Rose. Okay, the map of the factions. Abysloa has 4, alright. Alright, we can't mess with our troops or anything at the moment, so... I guess... let's go to Grand Rose. Or, oh no, we just have this battle here. Got it, okay. We'll be able to mess with the cities more as time goes by, I imagine. Oh yeah, see if you can save on the world map. Yes. Good call. Nope. Interesting. The game did freeze when I started it up, too. So there could definitely be a weird bug going on. We'll see. Okay. So we have to bring Weiss, and we have to bring Largo. Since we can't mess with any of our troops yet, we can't, like, try to steal people or steal monsters from our other troops. But we can at least grab one more. Now, I know from my time playing the demo at PAX that the Centaurs were pretty good. So I think we're probably going to grab Betty here, the Hunter, to give us some good range support. That feels like it'll probably be pretty important. All right, here we go. Real permanent death game for now. Yeah, yes it is. I assume that things are pretty limited because it's just a demo, but we shall see. The campaign might really slow roll you at first. Aiding the Stardust Scale Shell. Does anyone actually wear Brigandine in this game? Good question, Bloodcaster. There's got to be at least one person, right? 2 centaurs and a fairy? Yeah. Hey, there she is.
ラルゴ、嘘、本当に？あんたそれじゃなとまで言ってたんじゃ。
Yeah, you see, we got jumped by a bunch of really angry mind-controlled dragons, so we kind of decided we should probably come back.
まあ、いろいろとあってさ。それより、ノアールは？
Ah,
あの
Noir's
子
a
は一
she.
緒じゃないの？ノアちゃんは？ノアちゃんを含めて、みんな変な鎧を着た兵士たちに連れ去られて。
She says that they came and took them away. Like, it was very passive. Like, she didn't try to do anything about it. You're a dragon tamer, though. I would hope that it is implied that you tried to fight and they just overwhelmed you. You control dragons, for God's sake.
きっと帰ってきてくれるって待ち続けてたら、あんな風におかしくなった感じで帰ってきて。
連れ去った後、洗脳して送り返してきたってのか。くそ、えげつねえ真似を。今はとにかくこいつらをおとなしくさせるしかねえ。最悪命を奪ってる。
Yeah, I mean, Largo's got the right of it.
ロリー。
If you've got a bunch of mind-controlled dragons bearing down on you, you might have to kill a few of them. Alright. If Lori is defeated or allied units, or all allied units are defeated, we lose. So. Okay. Here is Lori. She's a hunter. Okay. She's got a centaur, a wolf, and a dragon. We've got a pixie, an enchantress, a dragon, and a rook. Okay, what does the rook do? Makes movement on all terrain equal to that on plain tiles. Okay, very good fairy unit. Got it. What does the enchantress do? Nada. Fairy. Restores MP by 5% at the start of a turn. Okay, okay. Good mage support unit. Got it. Here's our centaur. What do you do? Increase the accuracy of all adjacent allies by 10%. That is very nice. And it has bold shot, which we can use after moving. So, like, it's basic, but just having the ability to move and shoot is going to be very solid. And, of course, increased damage against flying enemies. Assuming our hunter also has no special skills. Yeah. All right, any other units on the field that we should be paying attention to? Oh, hello. Sand Golem. Forces enemy back one tile on basic skill hit if there is space. Okay, so he just pushes things around. We have a Jorgoth, which is definitely not a Mind Flayer octopus. It's got rally traits. 25% chance to inflict immobilize on all adjacent enemies at the start of a turn. Gross. And increases damage by 5% and crit rate by 10% when on water terrain. Alright. We also have a Larcertian, which definitely looks like a kobold. Damage by 40% when countering. Ow! Okay. Bloody hell, check the skills. We will, we will. I'm just checking all of the basics first. Let's see. So... Oh, a Dampier. Hello. Restores HP equal to 20% of damage dealt on basic skill hit. Makes sense. Okay. Alright, so I have an idea of what their basic skills are. What do you have for attacks? Flare, moderate damage to a single enemy within 3 tiles.
Sword arm anchored by holy
And
purpose.
Gust deals moderate damage to a single
zealous
enemy within
warrior.
3 tiles. Fire and wind. Hello, Renee, with the 26-month member message. Literally on a date right now, but had to stop in to hype this up and like the stream. We'll watch when I get home, though, for sure, lol. Hey, best of luck on your date, my friend. I hope it goes well. Thank you for popping in to say hi. All right, so we got some basic magic, nothing too crazy. Novice class or enchantress type leaders. Another point for these seeking to emulate Lunadia, Great Witch of the Moon. Offensive magic and elemental spells strike at enemy weaknesses. Right. And then, yeah, it looks like all the monsters have the same sort of basic skills for the most part. Oh, well, hold on. We got buffs here. The Pixie does some basic damage. And then can boost physical attack, magical attack, or inflict silence. Okay. Got it. Lori's stuff we would have seen already. What does the Enchanter do? Same thing? No, it is different. Venom. Minor damage to a single enemy within 3 tiles. On hit, has 50% chance to inflict poison for 3 turns. And then can just hit something with poison guaranteed. And weaken to reduce physical defense. Okay. The Dampier, Bloody Rain. Blood Rain to a single tile located within 3 tiles for 3 turns. When starting a turn in Blood Rain, Vampire and Ganshan type units recover 10% of their HP, while the units receive damage equal to 10% of their max HP. Nice, okay. And then Poison and Disarm, decrease physical attack. Got it. Alright. Finally, these lads over here. What do you got? It's just the Lizard Claw, alright, so he's just a physical attacker. The Octopus, Lash of the Devilfish. Deals minor damage to a single enemy within 2 tiles. If there is space, moves enemy adjacent to self on hit. Basic skill also used when countering. Oh, see, that's nasty, because they pull you in, and then they have the chance to hit you with the Immobilize. So that could be a pretty rough unit. And then, yeah, just the Sand Fist. Got it. All right, cool. I'm assuming I don't get to control Lori. Yeah, she's a green unit. All right, well, we got to push hard, and we got to push fast. Generates MP. We can get the ally accuracy boost. That's not terrible. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Apply sure to own next attack, guaranteeing it will hit. Hell yeah. There are some very dodgy enemies in this game based on the PAX demo. Status helmet and effects. Woohoo! I was gonna say after this, after this battle, maybe I'll reset the game to see if that fixes the save issue. But that would kind of lose all of our progress then, wouldn't it? Mayhaps not the most efficient use of our time. Absorb a dragon. That will then not quite allow us to get close enough, unfortunately, but we'll be able to move further next turn. The sooner we deal with this pixie, the better. So let's just start putting damage on it. Yeah, see, this is why the accuracy is going to be an issue. However, getting the flank on it will help significantly. Yeah, look at that. Much better. Yeah, for both damage and accuracy, getting those flanks or that lockdown with the zone of control is going to be absolutely vital. Make no mistake. Using new targeting the human general character is the fast way to victory when you beat a general mouse. Right. Yes. We don't need continued movement. Large damage to all enemies in the forward-facing fan-shaped area with a radius of 3. Can only be used when adjacent to Largo. Well, I mean... Nice. Okay. So now we don't have to worry about the pixie doing annoying shenanigans to us, and we can start pushing on the Enchantress next turn. Close main attack being adorable and cute. Will lure you into a false sense of security. Yeah, exactly. And then she drops a meteor on your head. Okay, interesting. So he rallied the octopus. I have to double check what that gives him. Nice. I like the spell animation. That's something that I immediately caught on to. Oh, ignores ZOC. Interesting. From the initial demos, the actual magic animations look very nice. Alright, we're taking a little bit of a beating here. No unicorns for any healing, which is very unfortunate. So in the first 2 stages, I would say rest your computer or game so it isn't a huge setback instead of much later in the game. Well, yeah, but this is only... I think I've heard it's like 2 or 3 battles for the demo, and that's it. So we're not, like... We don't have access to the full game right now. Aha! Reinforcements, nice. Arcus Air Caravan has arrived. There we go. Oh, was that an angel? Nice. Oh, they're all siblings. Okay, got it. No, they aren't really too similar, but this game make me want to play Unicorn Overlord again. Yeah, I get the vibe, right? Because you have, like, dedicated squads and there's more, like, terrain stuff going on. Like, they're very different, but you can feel the similarities at the same time.
ローリーちゃん、バイス君、お姉さんたちが来たからにはもう大丈夫ですからね。
Alright, so I'm assuming they're also ally units. Yes, okay. Arcus is here. Yeah, what does the Angel do? Shifts elements of units and troop to light. Oh, interesting. And that's everything in its unit. That's pretty cool, actually. Being able to have a dedicated unit assigned to your troop that's just like, okay, we don't have to worry about other weaknesses. We are just this element now. That's fun. Hands of Light, minor skill to a similar or single adjacent enemy. Right. Brilliant Ray is light element, range 2, can't have moved. Medica, status ailments, not HP healing, just status ailments, and the regeneration. Single ally within 4 tiles restores HP by 10% at the start of the next 3 turns. So healing seems fairly scarce this early in the game, which is cool. I do like that. If you can just spam healing all the time, it can sometimes get very boring. But that's nice to see. At least this early. Who knows what's going to happen. We're definitely going to need a good staging turn. Okay, here's our Keen Arrow. Fire beats wind, which beats water, which beats fire. And then all 3 of the basic elements beat light. Light beats dark, and dark beats the basic elements. Got it. Aside from its base elements, skills and equipment can have their own elements. However, only one offensive and one defensive element can be active at a time. Priority order for elements is skill, equipment, and unit. Interesting. Okay. Okay. That's very curious. So, you can still have stuff... Like, if the Angel had a fire attack, even though the troops element is light for defensive purposes, you could still have, like, a fire attack or whatever. Cool. Cool. Dark-looking OP. Yeah. Having a skill that heals all statuses early is crazy. You're going to be using that a lot. Okay. Got it. Okay. Both offensive and defensive elements. Right. Makes sense. I like the icons. Like, very visually distinct from each other to indicate what you're looking at. That's very good. That's very easily readable. Alright, well. Yeah, let's shoot a bird. Okay, so it resisted because it's wind element. That's fine, though. We can sneak in here. We got plenty of cover. Get a bold shot. Good. Now, can I get... Oh, yeah. We can get a good angle here, so we can get the big breath attack. Valiant Strike, moderate damage to a single adjacent enemy. Oh, yeah! Now, do we need to do that much damage to her right off the cuff? I don't know that we do. The breath attack might take her out. But it's a guarantee. We should just do it. I like that armor can change the unit's element. That is very cool, yes. Good. Oh, that's right. It's the leader, so the others are gone. Right. I knew that. I just need to keep it in mind. Okay. Nice level up for Largo. Very solid. Yeah, I'm liking what we're seeing mechanically with this. I already had a feeling of that from the PAX demo, but being able to just, like, sit and process it in the comfort of my own home, not with, like, the sound of the entire convention going on behind me, definitely helps me process a little bit. Alright, what do we got? There's one enemy squad down. Also, for anyone who's wondering, we are playing on hard. This is only the second battle of this campaign, so obviously things are going to still be fairly basic, but for context. Oh, sick. Well, thank you, Lori. Much appreciated. That's weird to say because Lori was my mother's name, but with that exact spelling and everything, actually. Alright, what you've seen here today, it's happening all across the continent. You need attacks by brainwashed dragons? Is Nori also being used for these attacks? Oh, yes. What are you going to do about it? Dragon Tamers can't sit back and watch. True. Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to do what we're doing right now and kill what we need to and then figure out what the hell's going on after that. Alright. So, Fighter Man can only get to here. So if we kind of build a line across here, we'll be in pretty good shape while these guys move in. We can try and get a flank going. We definitely want Largo and Noir to be near each other. We also aren't going to need that much movement anymore, so let's get our defensive wall going here. And then this is actually good. If we're holding, that means I'll actually have the chance to put some buffs on people a little bit. Concentrate. Music seems tone deaf. Usually during battle, music gets wild. There's definitely a little bit of that right now. But there's a lot of music we haven't heard yet, obviously. God, keeping track of who belongs to who is a little tricky right now. Okay, we're B squad, I guess. It's like a slightly lighter blue for them. Yeah, on their profile bar. Okay. Yeah, these four, that's all Lori. Okay. Double check where the... Okay, so we can actually move up a fair bit more. Go here. Alright. Let them come to us. I'm so different. No more squares. Yeah, right? There's no shade on Brigandine Abyss, but I would be so happy if we were playing the new Fire Emblem right now. My goodness gracious. Alright, here comes Mr. Rockfist. Hey, big whiff. Let's go. Not a ton of damage, but not too surprising either. Alright. Lori's moving up. You set to fast that her turn goes. Alright, that kobold's no joke, man. I know it's not actually called a kobold, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what I need to be able to start casting with my fairy. Get that power going. Ooh, nice. I mean, if they're just able to deal with the leader over there, that'd be awesome. What's y'all's favorite Fire Emblem? I never played any of them. Oh, boy, that's a tough question to ask me, man. It's, on the one hand, Sacred Stones, because it's the one that I started with, and it's still the best of the GBA games. But I'm a huge sucker for Fate's Conquest and Radiant Dawn as well. All very strong options. Not really in a position to be able to empower here, but that's alright. Yeah, barely any damage on this guy, but what can you do? Okay. Don't compliment it, turn it into a handbag already. We're working on it, man. We're working on it. In fact, I can help out over here a bit. Well, actually, I can get on the knight a little bit, but not enough to be worth it, I don't think. Can the wolf move? It can. Awesome. Yes, that pushes us back. That's alright. We have continued movement. So we can move right back into position, which is nice. Largo can then move up. We can hit it with the big Valiant Strike, which will do a good chunk of damage. And then we can use the Breath Attack afterwards, because we'll get knocked back. Beautiful. Daequan was really good in terms of gameplay. Quite enjoyed Engage, too. Engage has really, really good gameplay. I've talked about this plenty on the channel before, but its story I consider to be quite lacking. But... oh, this requires 80 MP. We only have 51. I missed that. Okay. Very well. We do it the old-fashioned way. All right. No knockback for us. Who do I have left here? I have one more dragon, a centaur, and a dragon. All right, so we should be able to very easily finish off the sand golem here. Yes, good. And then that'll get us a path to the fighter. Hey, big level. Nice. Spam Ray skill? I don't think I have Ray yet, unfortunately. Gage seemed like they wanted to ride Three Houses of Success and just fundamentally misunderstood why it worked. Yeah, but it's weird, because from all the reporting that we've heard, Engage was being developed basically around the same time that Three Houses was, because it was Koei Tecmo doing a lot of Three Houses. So there was only so many lessons in, like, game knowledge that could be transferred between the two. I think that's why they're going back with Fortune's Weave and, ooh, poison and the damage, nasty. And getting some more, more stories in the same setting. So that they can more directly connect it back. So the best Fire Emblem games are locked on older consoles. A lot of them are. You can get a bunch of them if you have Nintendo Switch Online for the Switch 2. You can get Path of Radiance, which is another phenomenal title in the franchise. A bunch of the GBA games. That'll give you a decent starting point, as well as, of course, Three Houses and Engage. Three Houses has one of the best stories and settings in the franchise, and Engage does have some of the best gameplay. So you are definitely spoiled for choice if you have a Switch 2. Alright, this fighter's almost down. He should go down here. Beautiful. Alright. Just the last guy left. Woo! Big damage there. Very nice. Yeah, as always with NSO, it's like you have the different levels of it with like the expansion pack and all that type of stuff. I have the expansion pack because, you know, I use it for like game coverage purposes for the channel. I know some people are into it, some people aren't. Totally up to you, of course. Okay, now I can get some power going here. New Fire Emblem was my first real reason to buy a Switch 2. When does that due out anyway? It seems... I think they said 2026. I think. It's either tail end of 2026 or beginning of 2027. It's been a while since I looked at the trailer. But they've not given us a direct, like, hardcore confirmation of anything specific yet, unfortunately. You get a direct for Fortune's Weave in June. That's what I'm hoping. I've been hearing that there's rumors of that, so. Coverage shift to work and everyone's calling me to bring me food and stuff. Oh no. Well, good. Even if you have to be stuck at work, if you can get people to bring you food at least, that's good. Oh, we can get him! See ya! Nice. I keep forgetting how far the wolf can move. It's really nice. See ya, Mateo. Q3 or Q4 2026. That would make the most sense. It's definitely been in development for quite a while.
ひとまず助立ちしてくれてありがとうよ、アレキス。で、助立ちついでに。
Somehow I get the feeling these guys are moving on, my friend.
俺は何が何でも暴走しちまったあいつらを止め、そして新帝国をもぶっ潰す。
私も
Okay, or maybe we're gonna have a bunch of named squad leaders now.
私にもやらせて。
I'm down for that.
私はみんなを守れないダメなテイマーだった。でもだからこそせめてノアちゃんだけは家族としてこの手で取り戻したいの。
当然オイラも行くよ。なんたってノワールは
Ah.
オイラのガールフレンドだからね。
Interesting. Our little dragon boy's got a crush. Fair enough.
それにオイラが見てなきゃラルゴーもローリーもきっと無茶しちゃうと思うからさ。
答えなんてわざわざ聞くまでもなかったが。
Okay, he is coming with. Cool.
俺たちとしても
Hope we actually get to
親
use
父の
them.
無念を晴らす絶好の機会だ。アルキス天空正体の誇る武力と情報もお買い上げ誠にありがとうございますってな。
Alright. Oh, we got bonus XP and money. Beautiful. So it looks like your levels come thick and fast, but are generally not super impactful on an individual level. So I don't know how far level scaling is going to go. Those of you who've played Brigandine games in the past, is like 100 your cap, 50. You just go like Disgaea levels, like 999. Like, what's the general range that I should expect? I can see we're going to be using the skip function a lot there.
そうだ、ローリー。今のうちに伝えておくけど。
30? Okay. Got it.
オ
Thank
イ
you.
ラたち向こうでノワールっぽい子に会ったんだ。
パックン、それ本当？どんな様子だったの？やっぱり操られてた？
いや、言いにくいんだがよ。正直普通じゃなかった。体中に人形のパーツみたいなもんが埋め込まれてて、単なる洗脳以上の何かをされてたのかもしれねえ。
そんな。教えてくれてありがとう、二人とも。ごめんね。ちょっと一人にさせて。
ローリー。
Ah, okay, and then it becomes our city. Cool. Cool. Alright, nice. So that actually gives you a bunch of troops then. So I guess you're going to actually have a lot of different squads, since you'll have them stationed at different cities. And obviously then different attacks are going to be getting launched from different areas and all that type of stuff. So having a wide variety of units to rely on is going to be very, very valuable. Game seems cool, but I'm a bit dubious about the story quality of the scenario, especially since there are going to be 6 of them. Yeah, it's quite basic thus far. I'll say that much. Wonder if stats will still be super random. 1 out of 3 most people do reload at max stats. Oh yeah, fair. Alright, story mode, you'll sometimes gain bases and leader units automatically as you progress. Of course. Seasonal acquisitions. Collected mel and materials from held bases. Okay, see, this is cool. This is one of the things I was most excited about with this, of having this actual, like, kingdom management situation going on, that you will then get resources from the cities that you have and can apply them in different areas. I love that, and it's something that I would love to see in more tactics and strategy games. Like, imagine a Fire Emblem game. Actually, I talked about this with Link King in our lengthy, like, the future of Fire Emblem sort of podcast episode that we did. It was like, I would love to have a system like this, where you can actually have a kingdom with territory, forts, things like that, that you have to have dedicated troops to protect, and that you could then do side quests in, get resources from, Maybe having certain territory will allow you to unlock certain paralogs for different characters, find new recruits, all that type of stuff. It would be so cool. Because I love systems like this. Hey, Brunt, how you doing? At the end of each season, you will automatically obtain resources corresponding to the bases you hold. Acquired meld can be used for fate binding or purchasing items. Acquired materials can be used to level up bases. The types of materials you acquire will depend on which bases you hold. You would love the old Brigandine games? Oh, I'm sure I would. I'm absolutely sure I would. Organization phase. Okay. Dragons rampage across the lands controlled by mass-produced Brigandine. Holy shit, that armor looks insane.
洗脳する手駒として竜を選んだのは正解だったようだな。オールヒース。
彼らは遥かなる昔、この世で最も凶暴なる種族として名を馳せた誇り高き者たちだからね。
Saves come to every level for Icon Path of Radiance once. You gotta do it at least once, right? Yeah, exactly, Mike. Civ management instead of classroom. Now, see, I like the classroom mechanic in Three Houses because it suits that setting. But having a much larger scope management aspect would be really cool, as well as like complementing your individual, like, I guess in that case it'd be troop leader management. Romance of the Three Kingdoms, yeah.
もっともこの程度の暴れようではまだまだ当時の足元にも及ばないけれど。
見てきたようなことを言う。まあよい。戦力になるのであれば深くは問わん。さあ竜たちよ、焼き滅ぼせ。我が望みのためあまねく全てを崩壊させてみせよ。
Chaos Solus wants to destroy the world. Shocker. The man's only wearing the galaxy as armor. What a surprise. What monster you can recruit depends on what base you recruit them from. Quite possibly.
ローリーのことも心配だけど、ひとまずオイラたちも動き方を決めなきゃだよね。
ああ。とりあえず新帝国の奴らや暴れてるドラゴンたちに関しちゃ力ずくでいくとして。手を結べそうなとことは結んでいくって感じだな。あと、本拠地の戦力を整えることも忘れんなや。
Imagine naming your baby Chaos Solus. Yeah, right. He's gonna be a priest.
やれやれ。やること山積みかよ。まあ、道筋が見えてるだけでも御の字ってとこか。んじゃあ始めるぜ、二人とも。まず最初に取り掛かるのは。
Okay, cool. It lets us actually play around with the organization phase. Nice. Each season is divided into 3 phases. During the organization phase, you can make preparations. During the attack phase, you can choose which troops will invade where. And during the invasion phase, factions will invade and be invaded by each other. Once all 3 phases have ended, you will proceed to the next season. During organization phases, you can adjust your troops' compositions, strengthen your units, level up your bases, and more. This is what I was waiting for. Let's go. You can also send troops on quests or move them to other bases. All these preparations can be done by selecting one of your bases on the world map to open its menu. During attack phases, you can order your troops to invade enemy bases. Troops must be in a base adjacent to the one you plan to invade. Keep in mind that troops moved during a season's organization phase cannot invade until the next season. This kind of reminds me a little bit too, I've not played the mainline series, so if there's a difference here, my apologies. But it kind of reminds me of Pokemon Conquest, which I'm assuming took its like map movement and base attacking from the Nobunaga's Ambition series, since that's what it's a spin-off of. So, and I like that a lot. Hello, Brown. How you doing? You good? Here, I see you're wearing your armor. You look comfortable then. Having any more issues with the side popping off? Or do you have it Velcroed on now? Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Nice. It's just magnets. Only a certain way. Okay, gotcha. You just have to learn how to breathe while you're wearing the cosplay. Do you want to tell people what it is you're working on, or do you want to keep it a surprise? Secret? Okay. Very well. Fair, fair enough. Fair enough. Very well. It'll have to be a surprise for later. Yeah, we're just here. We're working our way through the demo for Brigandine Abyss. Pretty solid thus far. Seems like a little bit of an excuse plot, but the gameplay systems are pretty cool, so yes. The man literally named Chaos Solus committed regicide in front of the people who were coming to complain about the bad things happening in the kingdom, donned a set of armor that looks like it's made out of a galaxy, and was like, I'm going to burn this entire continent down with mind-controlled dragons. So, that's where we're at right now. But where it's going to go from there, only time will tell. So, yeah, it shall be good. Chaos Solus screams the big boss is being controlled by an even bigger boss. Yeah, true. Go on, Trix, get out of here. I'm going to shake the cape at you. She knows. Fire them with city builder and risk elements. Oh, dude, yeah. Absolutely. During invasion phases, battles between factions vying for bases will erupt across the continent. If an invading faction wins, they will seize the base. Your faction's home base being taken will result in a game over. This is also like Dawn of War Dark Crusade, actually, which is pretty dope, because that is an awesome, awesome game mode for Dawn of War. Once you're done making preparations during an organization or attack phase, you can select end phase to move on. All right. Many use of garrison towns, echoes of ogre battle, shame no tarot cards to attack the enemy with. Husband plays judgment. All right, so here we go. What do we have in our inventory? We have a steel club, extremely basic club, crafted from steel. The advantage of its low price and sturdy build is that it can handle rough treatment. Okay, we got a steel bow, basically the same thing but a bow, and a steel sword. Steel mail and a steel coat. Coat is less physical defense. The mail is more physical defense but less magic res and evade. And then we have a bunch of materials. Got it. 40,000 mel. We can go to the market. All right. Hey, Lunastralia Solus. There we go. Whew. Got it on the second try. I'll take that. How you doing? Here you can buy and sell items or trade materials. Some items have a limited stock available for purchase. As you discover new items on quests, most will become available at Nifrim's market as well. However, certain particularly valuable items will never be added to his wares. Use the trade option to exchange materials you have for others. Selecting material will display what materials can be exchanged for. That's nice. It's always annoying when you have like a giant stockpile of one particular type of mat that you just can't do anything with. It's like, well, this is just going to sit here forever. At least now you can exchange it. Just Lunastralia is enough. Okay, got it. Well, very good, very good. I'm doing good, I'm doing good. Alright, so we can see here what we can trade. Cloudwood, Yggdrasil wood, Atrial wood for Cloudwood. Okay, yeah, got it. You're basically trading like up and down for different type, like values. Understood. Oh, Tome of Resurrection. Item that can be used to revive fallen mercenaries. Okay, that's good to know. Item that can be used to revive fallen monsters. Also good to know. So it is permadeath with limited consumables. So you do have that option going for you. Hey, Ploys. It's a creepy dude. We got steel sword, axe, steel blades. Oh, interesting. Gives extra MP and some physical attack. Steel lance, steel daggers, gives evasion. So we have a lot of steel. Steel is our starting element. Got it. Basic accessories. Cool. Understood. Heard about this game? It's a TRPG. It was made by Ender Magnolia and Lily's team. Yes! Yes, indeed. The third in the Brigandine series, I believe. And the first new one in a fair little while. Okay, so this lets you see what the battlefield is going to be like. Very cool, very cool. In base development, you can level up bases you hold using melon materials. Leveling up bases will increase the resources you automatically receive each season. It will also increase the fate-bindable units and quests available at that base, as well as activate unique base effects. Melon materials are needed to level up bases. A certain amount of materials will be obtained automatically each season, but you can also obtain materials from quests. Different materials can be obtained via different bases. Select where to obtain to see a list of bases from which a material can be obtained. Very nice. Always good to have that info in game. Can we romance? I don't know. Because there's this fate binding thing that is basically like supports from what I've seen of it in the trailers. But I don't know how far that goes. Base effects available at certain base levels will activate as soon as the corresponding base level is reached. Some affect fate binding or different market, while others increase your stats in battle or offer other advantages. Different bases and base levels have different effects, obviously. If an enemy faction seizes your base, it will be reset to level 1. To level your base again, you'll have to spend the same materials and melee you did previously. Okay, so definitely a benefit and a motivation to make sure that you're protecting a base and not just letting it be captured and then recapturing it. That does get to be an issue in some games. Most of the time it's better to summon new monsters, but the revival items are very precious to reviving your stronger Tier 2 and Tier 3 monsters. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, like once you get something leveled and promoted, you're going to want to have the option to protect it. We do not have the resources for this. You need quite a bit. Draconic Favor increases Dragon types units' strength by 10% when binding Fate. Okay. Seasonally, we get money and large stone and magic ore at different levels. Okay. Units you can acquire via Fate binding vary with base level. Okay. So this is where we can see the different types of units that we're going to be able to get. And then there's quests we can go on. Cool. Quests. Here you can send troops on standby at a base on various quests for equipment, materials, or XP. Troops out on quests will be unable to invade or defend bases during that season. Okay, good. Good. So we're going to have to be smart about who we send out when and where. Supply runs will reward materials necessary to level up bases. Treasure hunts will reward equipment, class change items, etc. And training drills will reward XP to all units in the troop that participate. As the base's level increases, the number of supply runs and treasure hunts available at that base will also increase. Quest results will be displayed at the end of each season. Whether your results are excellent, great, or good will impact the rewards you receive. Sure. Only treasure hunts can be failed. Interesting. For treasure hunts, the quest's success rate will be displayed. The higher the success rate, the more likely you are to get rewards from the quest. The success rate is affected by things such as unit levels and the troop leader's preferred quest location type. Each unit has preferences regarding quest locations. Selecting a troop with an icon that matches one displayed by the quest location name will increase the chances of obtaining better rewards on that quest. Got it. So it's like having certain jobs that are preferred for certain dispatch missions in Final Fantasy Tactics. Cool. Okay, we're not going to do that just yet. Move troops makes perfect sense. We can just move troops between bases. No limit to how many troops you can move at once, but only 3 troops can participate in each battle. Okay, can we move as far as we want, though? That's the real question. Yep. Yeah, it's the Suikoden artist. Yep. Alright, so Fate Binding. There's a lot of talk about this. Here you can bind fates with leader units or monsters and add them to your forces. Okay. Okay, so I was not quite interpreting this properly then in the trailer material. The amount of mel necessary to bind fates will differ depending on the unit's class and level. If fate-bound units die in battle, they can be resurrected from this menu by spending mel and using one of 2 resurrection items. Okay, so you can't use it in battle. You still have to get through the fight, and then you can pay and use the item to res. Got it. Mercenaries require a total of resurrection. Monsters require a jewel of resurrection. Right. You can bind fates with mercenary leader units by spending mel. Mercenaries will die if their HP reaches 0, so take care. There's a limit to the number of mercenaries you can bind fates with. Okay, so it's just your named story characters that will retreat. Monsters and mercenaries both will die, which makes sense because we have items to res mercenaries. Perfect. Oh yeah, Vicious. This is a series that's definitely designed with multiple replays in mind, because at baseline, like, this is the first time there's been a story campaign. It's always been like Skirmish, where you choose one of potentially a lot of different factions with their own different skills, sort of stories, through lines, all that type of stuff, and play through with them. So it definitely seems to be a big draw of the series. Yeah, she does have a good design. Okay, so we can get dragons, we can get centaurs, and we can get pixies here. Whereas leaders, we can get fighters, hunters, and sisters. Okay, so sisters are our basic healer. We don't have any of those, I don't think. And then reds. Okay. So let's just double check what our troops are here, and then we'll do some summoning and stuff. Should be able to move to any place you control, but you can only flee to a place next to the place you're fleeing from. Got it. I see a future with channel member units. We have to see if we can name monsters and mercenaries, yeah. If so, absolutely. Especially with permadeath, it's always a good time. Here you can swap units between troops, adjust your equipment, change their classes, or edit their names. You can also use Unbind Fates to dismiss mercenaries or monsters you have bound fates with. This cannot be undone. Up to 5 monsters can be added to a leader's troop with a combined command of all monsters cannot exceed the leader's own command. Right. So yeah, you have 5 slots that are always available, but you can only bring so many resources worth of monster. Cool. Oh, we can change names. Sick. Yes. Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Awesome. Well, good. Now you've got a reference. Oh, yeah. Yep. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, so there's our answer. So, let's see. Are we able to change the... Wait, I can't change Largo, right? Yeah. Oh, cool. We can change the name of mercenaries. Let's go, baby. All right. That's going to be sick. So now we're going to be able to have people... I guess I'll have to have, like, a limited number of leader slots. Because, like, we can't just have leader mercenaries, right? Yeah, I'll have to tier it out. Where I have, like, yeah, a limited number of mercenary leaders to start, and then anyone who doesn't get in early enough can choose monsters, or if someone gets in early and they just want a monster, then fair enough, I'll give them that slot. That'll have to be the way to do it, otherwise we'll have like nothing but mercenary leaders and no troops to give them, which is not going to be good. All right, so we do have a priest. Nice. So we... Are the others here, then? They are. Okay, cool. Interesting. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of time spent on these menus. Hey, Heideland is raiding with a party of 4. Welcome to Heideland and their raiders. Good to have you. Hope you folks enjoy yourselves. Where are you coming from? What were you guys up to? Let me know. Pleasure to have you. So... I want to get more units just in general. Because everyone's got open command. We can't get a ton of stuff, but changing classes. Once units reach a certain level, they can change their class. New skills and an increase to stats accompany a class change. You keep in mind that monster units' command will increase when they change classes. Okay, that is good to know. Hello, I was also trying out the demo. Hey, nice. Did you enjoy it? I'm definitely finding it very interesting, especially now that we're delving into the organization menu. It is going to be dense, and I'm very excited about that. I love a dense management system in a tactics game. You can see currently able to change class, or you see units currently able to change class on the managed troop screen. Fighters and dragons can choose from different paths when changing classes. However, after one path is chosen, the remaining path or paths will become unavailable. So just fighters and dragons. Curious. Units of all classes are unable to return to a lower class after changing to a higher one. Sure. Change to a unit's highest class may require a specific item. Class change items are mainly acquired from quests. Understood. Things pretty neat so far. Excited for the full release. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, my friend. Absolutely. Me too. I'm getting more and more excited. Absolutely. Creating generals from scratch is a new feature. You usually can only recruit them from quests and story events. Ah, alright. Alright, cool that they have it then. Tomes of Swift Progress and Jewels of Swift Progress are items that allow you to change a unit's class regardless of their level. Tomes are used for leaders while jewels are used for monsters. Got it. Cool. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely not going to be any of these guys. We have to be level 10. Shame that only fighters and dragons have branching promotion paths, but oh well, what can you do? What can you do? Obviously, we'll be able to put equipment on. Cool. All right, let's make some monsters then. We definitely have enough leaders at the moment, at least I think. Seeing as how we only need 3 per city anyway. Although getting like a spare squad to be able to go on some quests wouldn't be a bad idea either. Tried both factions so far, so cool to see both of the main heroes. Yeah, I'm probably just going to do Largo tonight on this stream, just for the sake of time. And then before I do my big breakdown video tomorrow, I'll probably take the chance in the morning to play through the other campaign, just to get, like, acquainted with it. Alright, so let's get another pixie. Okay, Sephamy. Definitely going to want a couple of centaurs. And we'll get a dragon. Cool. So now, let's see how much we're able to fill out. So Largo... yeah, the dragons are a whopping 75. He can get a centaur. A Weiss. Can get a pixie. We can get another centaur here with Betty. And then we can come over here. Oh, we can't. That is a troop that is specifically... Okay. I wasn't sure how that would work. So even when you get a troop and put it somewhere, like wherever you bound fate with it, that's the town or the base that it's going to set up in. Previous games, you can change classes and go into different specializations. I see. So it's a little bit more limited then. So, if we go here then, what can we make? Okay, cool. So we can get stone golems, we can get rooks, and we can get centaurs. Alright, we'll get one of each here as well. Alright. And we have a sister here, I believe. Yes. So we want a sister in Phoenix's Roost, then. Yeah. Oh, we can't make a sister here. Tricky. Alright, we'll make an enchantress here, then. And we'll make a couple of extra things for her. Obviously, we don't want to go through, like, all of our money, because we want to buy gear and stuff, too, but... So, you've got 161 command. It's actually pretty good. Grabbing a couple golems with her and then a bird for movement is not a terrible idea, actually. And then we can add a couple of centaurs here for some range damage. Oh, wait, no. Right. We can just do this. Just get all the centaurs on the field. Cool. Alright. Can we make a sister here? I don't recall. We can. Okay, so we can make a sister here. We can give her some monsters, and then we can move her to the other town. And then that way we'll have a sister in each location, so we have the ability to heal. We'll give her a dragon. We'll give her a centaur. And we'll give her a pixie. Let's see where that's at. Picking units from specific places reminds me of you. Oh, yep. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, we give her 2 dragons even. That would be all she'd be able to have, though. better. In fact... wouldn't quite be enough to get another dragon squeezed in there. However, we can do that. Cool. All right. Good. Now we can move troops from here. Gotta go to sleep. Hope you enjoyed the game. Absolutely, Idolin. Thank you for rating. I'm glad that you enjoyed as well. And catch you around sometime. All right. So now we got one moving there. What can we do for some quests? Just joining in, are you telling me you make units similar to Unicorn Overlord? If so, I'm already sold. You do-ish. So they don't all fight together in one unit, like, because that's not how the gameplay works in UO. But you pick up to 3 squad leaders per mission, and they and any monsters you have attached to them all join the fight together as part of a unit. So it is similar, yes. And you can make both your mercenary leaders and your monsters, which is sick. Alright, so swords, axes, and light armor can be found here. Chance of finding rare items is increased for units with higher levels or more advanced classes. Alright. So we could send out Betty here to that. Can we send multiple on the same type of quest? We can. Okay, cool. So then we would have Laura, our sister, Weiss, and Largo to defend here. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Alright. Then here... we... probably send Fleurier. Cool. Now, the only thing that we have left to do is see about gear. The issue is I really don't want to spend more money. I know we're just in the demo right now anyway, but I feel like the basic equipment that we have right now should be fine for the next wave of battles. So... yeah, I think we just proceed. In attack phases, you can order your faction's troops to invade. Open the menu of a base with troops you wish to send out. Select attack and which base you wish to target. Base you wish to target, and then choose which troops to send. Go to the menu of an enemy base and select troop info to see details of the forces at that base. Certain bases will be marked as unable to be invaded. You cannot select these bases as targets during an attack phase. In story mode, these bases may become able to be invaded after you progress past certain plot points. When invading a base, you can select which troops to deploy. Be sure to check the battlefield position wisely. Yes, okay. Money looking low. Yeah, we don't want to go too crazy with the spending. When do they let you carry over your progress from the demo to the full game? I want to say that I read that they confirmed that you can. But definitely do your own research on that one, because that's a little bit of a hazy memory. I could be thinking of Adventures of Elliot, because I was reading about that earlier today, too. Alright, so we've got 3 different bases that we could invade. We could go after the Scarlet Will, which just feels rude, since they're the other playable faction. Let's go after Grand Rose, because that's where we were going to go before. And we'll bring Largo, we'll bring Weiss, and we'll bring our sister. Alright, here we go! Places where your base can be invaded are marked with an exclamation mark on the world map. Be sure to organize your troops to defend vulnerable bases. Okay, I see. Right. So they could then... Arakia could attack here. And if we have nothing to defend it, they would just capture it, and we would be insta-game overed. So we might not. No. I would like to not. I would like to unattack. I would like to go here and attack instead. There we go. Wait, what? There we go. Oh, we can do both. Oh, I thought we would only be able to do one. Well, see, now that's interesting, because, like, if we just move out and take both of them, then, yeah, I mean, the Phoenix's Roost could be attacked, but nothing would be able to attack Grand Dragnica. I wonder what happens to troops that are questing in a city if it gets captured. Well, only one way to find out. Alright, once the attack phase ends, the invasion phase will begin. All factions' troops will carry out any invasion orders they received. If you gave invasion orders to any of your troops, these invasions will be carried out first. If two or more factions attempt to invade the same base, or if troops from two bases attempt to invade each other, only the faction who gains right of attack will carry out their invasion. The stronger a faction's invasion force is, the easier it will be for them to gain right of attack. Ah. Okay. If a base you hold is invaded, a defensive battle will take place at that base. Right. Losing a battle will result in your retreat from the base you took place at. If you're defending, your troops will retreat. No base you hold are adjacent, your troops will retreat to another base you hold. If you lose a defensive battle, your home base will... Right. Okay. Got it. Well, Lori's not here, little guy, but we will do our best regardless. Reminds me of a nice mix of Samurai Warriors, 2 Empires, and Unicorn Overlord. Got to play some yesterday. I'm looking forward to the full release. Yeah, it feels very fun to play thus far. Okay, yeah, defeat all enemy units. All allied units defeated. Easy. So we've got a little bit of a pincer going on. What? Mermaids. What do you do? Makes movement on watery terrain equal to that on plain tiles. Okay. And recovers 15% of HP at the start of a turn when on watery terrain. And increases damage by 5% and critical rate by 10% when on water terrain. Okay. So a lot of water here, which there is water. They can make use of that. We got a lot of Dampiers. Dandarius the Enchanter, okay. Fucking Gandalf over here. Elder of the Infinite Archive. Increases mercenaries' intelligence or resistance by 10% when binding fates. Oh, nice. Okay, Unicorn, a Jorgoth, another Enchanter. So it's all magic here. Whoa, hello, a Fiend. Looks good. I'm going to have to lock up my credit card to keep myself from impulse buying. Oh no, there's a collector's edition. Must resist. Okay, so like the Angel, the Fiend makes things Dark Element instead of Light Element and reduces magic resistance. Alright, alright, alright. Well, cool. Let's boogie. So we definitely need to get Weiss near Largo. Drag our pixie along with us here. We do not want to rush directly into them, thank you. Alright, Largo. Push forward to meet up with Weiss. Grab a dragon. I meant to grab a centaur, or a dragon, not a centaur, but you know, oh well. I forgot that it was going to auto-jump to a monster, not just let me move. Oh, well. Love the rally dismiss mechanic. You can be so strategic with it. Yeah, it's very cool. And yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I guess just because it takes longer to confirm stuff on console. So no console release just yet. But the demo, they said, will be out on console. Oh yeah, what is this thing? We haven't actually looked at this yet. Is immune to all status ailments. Okay. And it does that if you rally it too. Cool. Needle arms. Minor damage to all enemies in a 2-tile straight line. Okay, okay. Cool. Creepy, but cool. Alright, let's see what we got for these guys. Grand Dragon seems like the beginner faction. Played Scarlet Will and they only had 1 territory. Fair. Fair. I could definitely see that. Largo seems to be the main character that they're advertising with, so... I like that you can dismiss and then immediately move as well. And then re-rally. There's going to be so much flexibility with that. I do like this main theme. I'm assuming this is the Grand Dragon theme. It's definitely got some energy. Let's see if we can start pulling them in. And now our Pixie should be in a position to start buffing next turn. Let's see if we pull aggro here. So hoping that save data will carry over from the demo, but I did enjoy my time with it so far. Yeah, I guess because you can only play as 2 factions, if they made it so that your save data carried over, you would have like a disproportionate amount of people just playing those 2 factions right at the start, which isn't the end of the world, but I mean, I guess I can see why they wouldn't want to do that. Okay, got a physical attack up. Very good. Gonna be rallying around our little fairy friend here, no doubt. There's no way that they're not gonna just rush us at some point. Right? And I would really like to be able to gather them around for the big breath attack. But I mean, it's going to be 2v1 in terms of overall troop strength, so... See if we can skirt around and team up over on this side. It was also incredibly short. You wouldn't gain much from a save carryover. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I think this is actually the last battle for the demo. Still nothing? Okay. Oh, here we go. Oof. Alright, alright. Not bad crackback. So your drain attack doesn't help you if you had full HP to begin with. Ya fool. Ya diddly dang dingus. Ow, how are you gonna stomp my dragon? Alright. Well, they actually left their leader pretty open here. Where can I move? Yeah, I mean, that's going to be bad news bears. Pre-order collector's edition and a slumber cat Maneki Neko. Oh no! Gara succumbing to the consumerist need. The need! Alright, there's the big coordinated breath. This is gonna be nasty. Actually won't be too devastatingly damaging, but it's gonna hurt the leader pretty good, so... Cool. Now all we have to do is finish off the unicorn. Pixie should be able to do that with its kick. Oh no, never mind. Alright, let's do this then. Give a power boost to the wolf because it's so fast. This is hard mode, please. Okay. So we can get our centaur. This unicorn is friggin' durable, man. Alright, Shirley. There we go. Good. Maybe we did need some of those gear upgrades, but still, it should be fine. 84% with... But the slumber cat was so cute. Listen. I'm not going to tell you you're in the wrong. Alright? It's your money, you spend it how you wish. And see, now I have the distinct feeling that our friend the centaur here is not going to be able to do enough damage to finish this guy. Yeah, see. Well, alright, we're definitely getting the XCOM hit rates here, guys. 84% is 0%. Understood. You might be about to lose some monsters. Ouch. Unfortunately, not much else from this party that can actually deal damage to us. Lots of buffing happening, alright. Getting through the... Oh, well. So getting through the monster of the Enchantress might be a problem, but she just runs at us. Ugh. Alright, Rip Centaur. We hardly knew ye. The monsters and mercenary leaders all have permadeath, yes. You have a limited number of items that you can use to res them, but they're very limited. You want to save them for priority cases for sure. They're not super expensive to recruit, so it's not like the end of the world, but... Alright. I would like this man to be dead now, please. Come on, we've got the surround on him. There we go. Get out of here. Alright, so that wipes out his whole troop, which is very good, because we've got the other one descending on us now. Alright, but the other two descending on us, actually. We could technically... We could move on the Enchantress. I mean, if we can make it happen, we could just eliminate this whole side of the board. Oh. Right, because it's dark. Why is the accuracy so high, though? The wolves are fucking busted, dude. Alright, hold up. Let me... not empower the wolf. Alright, I'm out of mana there. That's fine. So, we can still just go for the big bite here. Beautiful. And then we can back up because he's got continuous movement, which is huge because then the doll can move in and we can get the mnemonic attack as long as it hits. Beautiful. We should have her unlocked now. Yeah, the doggos are sick, man. Fast, strong, dark elements, so they're like strong against most things. We can drop our dragon off. Actually, we can drop our dragon off and he can go around. We still can't quite get the surround, unfortunately. Alright, come on. Beautiful. All right. That's what we like to see. So that's a whole nother side of the board dealt with. Absolutely massive. We can't heal right now, but that's fine. We're just going to chill here. Now, the rest of the party can move up and try and set up some sort of a defense against this. I can't get much on him. I think I kind of have to deal with the damp here first, unfortunately. Ugh. And the accuracy is really bad. Okay, that's good though, so we'll get this around. I had the same impression the wolves are hard to hit too. Yeah. And have Effie Canto's rally ability. Yeah, and on themselves too. It's really nice. Huge. Dark Element is very good, yes. Yeah, no doubt about that. I might have to commit everything to killing the damp here. Oh, the big crit! Never mind! Let's go! Good stuff, Almadora. Good stuff. Alright, now. All we have is Crushing Bite, and we can't actually get to the leader with it. Alright. I think our wolf is going to have to tank here. How much damage are we looking at? Quite a bit if he gets hit. However, it would be worse if Largo were to die, so... Alright. Hey, McCloud, how you doing? Yeah, we're going to lose this wolf here, but it's the end of the demo anyway, I think, so MBD. Learning experience. Okay. Now we can start getting some flanks and whatnot. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Old Man Wizard ain't got nothing on my dragon. Bonk. What I think about the game, first impression and stuff? I mean, I'm definitely enjoying it. We'll talk about it a little bit at the tail end of the stream here, which should be coming up in just a sec, actually. Interesting. I don't suppose... Nah, Largo... can't... Well, hold on. We go here, and then dismiss. Can't quite get around, unfortunately. Okay, hold up. We do this, and then... Aha! Dude. Dismiss is going to be such a game changer. Yeah, well... Oh, 96, man! Come on! Don't have time for this! I mean, we do have time for this. We're not going to die anytime soon, but... Ain't no way the fairy can kill this, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it, no doubt. He is a spry mage for his age, yeah, absolutely. However, we do have the surround on him. Yeah, no. No dodging for him now, though. Hey, get out of here with your mage's strike. Shoo. Yeah, these octopods, man, they are no joke. Just leg it. Get her out of here. We've got him next turn, like, it's fine. XCOM percentage, you know the tune and the words of the song, Tom? Yep. Oh, man, the magic. So get out of here with your heal. Yeah, Ray Kondo with the music is going very hard. Was that octopus buffed by the mermaid? I think it was. Nope. 0. Nice. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, he had the physical defense buff. Alright, now, sir. I kindly ask you to die. There we go. Beautiful. Down he goes. Buffs, debuffs above the HP bars. Well, so it is there. I can't go look at it now. But on the actual unit profile, so like you can at least hover it, but I hear what you're saying. And our bonus XP, very good. Okay, we successfully completed our first invasion. We lost a couple of monsters along the way, but, you know, we were just kind of freeballing it a little bit. Yeah, the full stop on the score of the score is a little jarring. There's definitely some polish that could use some work here, but... Oh, they disappeared. Appears to have fled the area. Interesting. I wonder if that means you'd be able to get them later. Oh, here we go. Leaders from other factions. You may also be able to bind fates with leader units from fallen factions. The base at which these characters are available will change each season, but can be seen on the world map. Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah, this is very, like Pokemon Conquest, Nobunaga's Ambition. Very cool. Okay, and we do get to do this fight as well. Sick. Get to play around a little bit more. Yeah, crunchy is a good way to describe it, Void, no doubt. Alright. Yeah, save failed. We'll have to figure that out. Alright, we got 2 enchantresses and a fighter. Holy. Okay, we got some stuff going on here. Jambia, a scout. Savar, a healer. And Cleo Rosa, an enchantress. Okay. Reduces metal required to upgrade base levels by 50%. Nice. So these are all unique named units then. Interesting. Mercenaries defense by 10% when binding fates. And performs an early counter when attacked. Okay. So we got 3 unicorns, a Lacerdian, 2 centaurs, 2 Dampiers, and a unicorn, 2 rock golems, and a unicorn. My goodness. We are a tad outnumbered here. We're definitely going to have to divide and conquer here, no doubt about that. See if we can get some flanks going on. Gray health bars the enemy has. These are destructible walls. So we could try and use them to get flanks. Not exactly the most advantageous position for us, really. But, I mean, maybe if they're very passive, we can take the time to move around them. I don't know. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, sounds good. I love you. Enjoy. If you're a schneep by the time I come out, then sleep well. Don't you look so sad? I know. I kick stuff out there all the time. I'm always like, fuck! Alrighty, darling. Have a good night. This is, I think, the last battle in the demo, so I should be done soon. Okay. Love you. Alright. The character artwork is great and some of it looks a bit half-assed. You think so? I don't think I've really seen any that I've disliked yet, personally. As long as there's a turn limit, you should be able to take it slow. True. And I haven't seen anything about turn limits yet, so... Oh, you know, that's true. That's true, Stellar. Barricades up north might be more useful if someone is attacking from the north. Possibly. I wonder if the battle maps do rotate like that. It would make sense if they did, but... Alright, they're big chilling thus far. Like the Centaur and the Unicorn lack the same level of finish and detail. You really think so? No, I thought the Centaur looked pretty dope. But I've always said I am by no means an artist, so don't let me dictate anything. Well, Brigandine Games had the defender winning at the end of turn 12. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, we haven't gotten any notification about anything like that yet. But, yeah, we've also certainly been nowhere near turn 12, so... Could definitely go either way. Alright, we're big chillin'. If we can get one squad to come after us, that would be a big boon. We can get the birds up here where they can kind of swoop down, which would be really nice. I'm a little scared of Mr. Assassin, man. But we shall see here. Definitely rock golems up front for tanking. Or, sorry, sand golems specifically. I would definitely like to go around if at all possible, but even then I can't actually get in there now that I think about it. Because it's completely blocked off on the map. Oh, he absorbed. Alright, what do we got? Rogue's Kick. Okay, not terrible. A little bit of a counter-strike. Alright, alright, alright. Not terrible at all. Ow. How dope is this game? I mean, I'm liking it, Phantom of the Stream. It's pretty cool. Definitely some nitpicks and whatnot, but it's early days. Demo impressions in general, I'm on board thus far. Alright, so sneaking around, not an option. Alright. We can get a bit of a surround here. We might be able to just detonate this guy. The accuracy yet, though. Ouch. Alright. Oh, we should actually. Yeah. Yeah. We can get. What beat fire? Was it wind? Okay. Oh, what am I talking about? Of course, it's water. Duh. Good lord. Okay, we can get a Dampier in here. Wow, that hit rate. Okay. Hold up. Alright, we gotta get the bird behind him. We have to reduce his dodge. Oh, that lock was for the unicorn. Okay. Huh. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah. We should be able to bring him down. Because now we've got the surround on him. We can really start laying into him. He's going to do a bunch of damage to us because of his preemptive strike, but we'll down him without having to deal with any of his troops, which will be very nice. That's not worth, though. Arcus, can you just finish him? Do you have the ability? With Valiant Strike, yes, we do. Ooh. Can't let him go down, though. That would be bad. Right, peace out. Thanks for the stream. Absolutely. Have a good night, Onibawan. I keep wanting to say Obi-Wan. Okay, nice. Sword fighting unicorn usually means poor planning on someone's part. Actual horse mass with a spear on its face is bad news. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal, would it? Alright, Mr. Snowman, get in there. Tide saying 6-7. Don't you dare. Alright, now this is going to get a little bit more tricky. We can hit her with magic. Well... we can actually down her right here. So the birds are really nice too because of the mobility. Which, yeah, shocker. Mobility in a turn-based tactics game is good. Never would have guessed. Never would have even crossed my mind. There we go. Boom! Oh, and the crit as well. Oh, say it ain't so. Alright, nice. Good job, Megdagov. Yeah, that was a slap and a half right there. Alright, the battlefield is suddenly looking a little bit easier to finish cleaning up. Oh, you're gonna split your forces. Interesting. Ooh, getting through to him might be a bit of a problem, though. Earn that level up. Yeah, no doubt. He did stop just outside of magic range. However, I can move one to get there. The issue is we are not going to be able to get anybody else there. We might have to beat a hasty retreat, but we can use the bird. Oh yeah, and the bird's ignore zone control too. We use the bird as a distraction. He just slapped the bird! Oh wait, yeah, we can... Hold on, we can punch. Come on, hit it. Damn it! Well, because that would have knocked it back, and then we could have pushed through, so... Ben Solis, and you're just not as good as Megdagov. I'm sorry to tell you this. You are not the guy. See? Gave the bird all 5 fingers. Interesting how it's a longer fight with most everything doing chip damage instead of 2 to 3 shotting everything. Yeah. It definitely makes it a bit more tactical, which I'm enjoying significantly. I think we just fall back a tad with her. Let the monsters tank. And then... We'll watch our damage there. We can start reinforcing from this side. Probably next turn we'll be able to bring him down. We're on hardest difficulty, Stellar. Having all these centaurs to just pick away at stuff is really nice. Like, it's not the most damage by any means, but with how clustered some of these battlefields can get, just being able to maneuver around and get some good damage, very solid. Hard with the lip bite. Oh no. Moon, control yourself. Alright, move out. Ignores the OC with the birds is so good. It really is, yeah. A glass cannon forest with a bunch of birds and wolves, at least based on what we've experienced with the early games, sounds like an extremely strong team for like a real blitz comp. Especially if you have some other characters with some tankier stuff or more supporty stuff. Lay his birds down, but what do you do? Man's walking up and slapping us. Oh! A dust golem, or a sand golem, I should say. Bold maneuver. Yeah, the heal rip. Yes, birds are weak to arrows like Fire Emblem, indeed. Alright, he's running away from us a bit. We lost our bird on this side, which is annoying. But we can start punching like crazy. Man's got the strongest hand in the East over here. Alright, Megdagov, can you get another insane crit? No, unfortunately. Can't really do anything useful with Mariam, unfortunately. Fear that magical backhand. Seriously. It is devastating. So I guess you can set up Bloody Rain on yourself, so at the start of your next turn you just get a 10% heal. And Dampier are pretty sustainy. Which, yeah, I mean, shocker, but... Alright, we start popping shots. For what it's worth. Backhand a golem without crying that you're a real man in my book. Oh, for sure. Yeah, no doubts there. That's not worth. Yes, so there is permadeath. For monsters... Oh my god, this guy. There's permadeath for monsters and for mercenary leaders. There are limited res items. They're also fairly cheap to recruit new monsters, though, so, like... Oh my god. But yeah, so you do want to try to keep your monsters alive if you can. I'm not worried about it here for the demo, because the demo, the progress doesn't carry over, but... Okay. If this motherfucker could stop running away from me, that would be awesome. Whiffs. We might just, like, lose at this rate because my units are not doing anything. If you end up losing, it's because of the slaps. If we end up losing, it's because of all the healing, actually. But, yes, the slaps are definitely a part of it. No doubt about that. Ah, now there's some good damage. Nice. Must recruit the slap man. It might be possible, actually. Oh, we can get some damage. I don't think we're going to kill him this turn, but we might force his unicorn to heal. There we go. Big damage, big damage. Okay. We might lose our mercenary here, depending on what the unicorn does. Yeah. Next, he's going to heal himself again. Okay, and the unicorn went for the heal, so that keeps us alive, but he's at full health again. Alright, didn't kill my bird at least. Okay. Once more with feeling. Oh, hey, we got a crit there. Nice. Again, centaurs. Very nice, because situations like this, you can just get the surround on him when he's otherwise in pretty good defensive terrain in terms of how much you can or can't reach him, and just shoot the crap out of him. All right, come on. Megdagov, do it! Beautiful. All right. Woo. We got there. Lost a bunch of monsters along the way. In an actual campaign, that'd be a pretty Pyrrhic victory, but we're learning a lot now, which is good. Slaps a golem, breaks all the fingers. Yup. First challenge of the game is to kill Chaos Souls to the backhand in battle. Dude, if we can recruit Mr. Backhand or something that has an equivalent attack, I will try. Absolutely. Like the end of the movie Hero with all them arrows. You have very Boromir in there. And thus Arcasia fell. Beautiful. Yeah, Savar, the healer. Healer. Man's healing with these goddamn hands, apparently. The other two were nothing, but this guy. Whew. Alright, great. Yuan Shen and Demine. Okay, there goes Demine. It's cool that you get to see all this progress as well. Highly mobile pincushion machines are never a bad thing. Yeah, definitely not. Especially because they're pretty cheap, too. All things considered. We got large stone. We got a steel axe. Ah, Betty failed. Rip. And, what's her bucket fail, too? Fleurier. Unfortunate, but we got, okay, a lot of money. Nice. And then a bunch of resources as well. So that next organization phase will be quite the upgrade. I'm assuming. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Nice. And then, if you want, you can go in and you can do the second campaign, its first few missions as well. Nice, man. Very, very nice. I am definitely enjoying this. I enjoyed what I played at PAX East as well, but having the chance to actually sit with it for a few hours, read things, learn systems, actually look at everything instead of being on like a strict 30-ish minute timer with a bunch of people lined up behind me. And again, like all the noise of the con and everything, actually being able to have a headset on makes it much easier to learn and appreciate all the systems that are going on here. As far as my overall feelings on the story and things, it's looking pretty basic thus far, not gonna lie. But it seems like there's a very robust set of mechanics and systems and cool different classes and abilities. And so long as that is there, it will still make for a very fun tactical gaming experience. I'm very excited to see what the like skirmish war mode is like with all those different factions. And, you know, maybe the story could surprise us. I don't know. But it definitely feels like the story is meant to be there as set dressing to provide some context for why events are happening in the story mode, you know? So we'll have to see how that shakes out. Definitely some performance issues. Not sure what's up with the save thing. I don't know if that's me. I don't know if that's just a weird issue with my game. Not sure on that. But so it goes. I'm sure it'll be fine by the time the full game comes out one way or the other. A little bit of crunchiness on some of the performance, like with some lag with the animations and like some of the sharp cuts for the music and things. Definitely something that will hopefully either be polished by the full release, which is not that far away, so keep that in mind, but or that's something that they can maybe patch post-release. We'll see. But the music itself, very good. I'm really enjoying the character art. The maps are fun. You can really start to see how certain unit types and strategies are going to start developing. So it's a good taster. It's a very good taster. I'm liking it. Basic main story is good for games like this. Yeah, for this exact type of tactics RPG, I would say yes. Guessing these are the 6 leaders for the story. Correct. It'll be interesting to see if they can provide a unique angle or play experience for all 6 factions. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's definitely going to be interesting. What happened with the saves? I had no ability to save. Autosaves failed and manual saves all failed. Which, yeah, it doesn't really matter because, like, demo saves won't carry over, so, like, whatever. I'm curious as to why that is. I know my computer's starting to get a little fritzy, but we have a solution for that we're working on. So, if it is my computer, it won't be an issue by the time the full game comes out, so no big deal. The game did also crash on me when I first opened it. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, verify integrity of files on Steam could be that. We'll have to see. I'm definitely going to be playing this on PC, ploys, for sure. Anything that I can play on PC is just the way to go. It makes it so much easier to stream, record, all that type of stuff. If it's something I'm just playing for like myself or for Jane, I can get it on the PS5. I'll do that because we like to sit out on the couch on the big screen. But, yeah, anything for me or for the channel tends to be on PC. But yeah, so guys, this was very fun. A little bit longer than I expected, but there was a lot of mechanics and things to read about and all that. If you are on PC, we're not sponsored or anything, just as a shout out if you want to check it out for yourself. The demo is currently live on Steam. Again, no released demo for consoles yet, but it was confirmed that the demo will be coming to consoles. So I can't imagine it'll take that long if you're a console player, for you to have access to it. We shall see. And hey, Phantom of the Stream has followed. Thank you, Phantom of the Stream. Pleasure to have you. Pleasure to have you. Hope you enjoy the future of the channel. I definitely think we're going to check this one out in full. At least get the full campaign done, depending on how it works with each of the story characters and everything, once the full release comes out. Since we can make unique characters for all you guys, or generic characters for all you guys and everything, I think it'll be a good time, for sure. Limited English edition for PS5 is reasonably priced. Is it? Nice. Nice. This is RE9 with a copy of your PC. Almost dead on that one, lol. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I have a pretty beefy new PC on the way, actually. I have to put out a thing about it because it was very pricey. And I'm probably going to have a dono goal set up to help me recoup the losses on that a little bit, since the only reason I'm getting it really is for business. This PC would be totally fine for general gaming and stuff for a very long time yet. But so I'm going to put out a thing about that and get some dono goal stuff going. But yeah, for now, guys, I think we're going to wrap this one up here. Look forward to my first impressions video about this version of the game tomorrow. Should be pretty easy to get that one out there. And then lots of other good stuff coming on the horizon very, very soon. Speaking of which, tomorrow is going to be another stream. We're not doing Rogue Trader tomorrow. We are actually going to be covering IndieQuest 2026. For those of you who've been around the channel for a while, you may remember I did a guest spot on IndieQuest 2025 last year, where I introduced Gales of Nieli, which was awesome. I was very honored to have the opportunity to do that. It is an event run by the Gaming Shelf. It's kind of like your Summer Games Fest for like really small indie titles to relatively small indie titles, to give them a place to show off what they've got going on and get some eyes. So we're going to stream that. It's at 7:55 p.m. Eastern, I believe. And, you know, no spoilers or anything, but your boy might have another guest spot. So it'll be fun to look out for that as well.
And yet our fortunes ride with them.
Warrior Jar is subscribed. Welcome, Warrior Jar. Very good to have you. Thank you for being here. So yeah, that'll be that. And then maybe Friday, I'll try and sneak a Rogue Trader stream in with Eric. We'll have to see. See what I can make happen. I don't know if 5 streams in a row might be a bit much, but we shall see. But yes, that is enough yapping for me. I don't want to come across like the princess from The Adventures of Elliot. My name has been Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. Valkos Lunari is subscribed. Thank you very much, Valkos. That is extremely kind of you. I hope that you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there, everybody. And remember, be good to each other. Bye for now. We'll talk, actually, very soon. Peace.